little bit ahead of myself here, but I owe you a limited pack build. The video I'm posting tomorrow, let's just say this, I was horrified when I realized how many packs I used in it. So today we're gonna try and scale it back a little bit and make something that could actually reasonably be downloaded by some of you. So I've been brainstorming a little bit, and here's what I've come up with. I'm thinking that we try and build an entire house inspired by this dark green swatch on this shutter. I know that seems really silly, but I actually feel like this might fit in really well if we tried to pair it with a dark green swatch on one of the roof textures. I think that that might match kind of nicely. Maybe we try something like this white paneling as the majority of the wallpaper, and then we mix in a ton of like flowers, vines, ivy, all that kind of stuff. I think that it might work quite nicely together, and I'm gonna try and keep it a starter home. We'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna try at least to keep it relatively affordable. I don't have a huge concept for the outside of the house. I just think that I want to have some sort of wraparound porch, and I think making it really tiny on the inside is probably our best bet. I like this sort of wraparound porch concept because that's cheap. Oh, that's maybe a bit much. It's a little bit taller than I was initially expecting it to be. Maybe I should not do that. I don't know. This leaves us with 15,500. And I guess this could probably feasibly be like a 2-bedroom house-ish. And 2 bedrooms is pretty reasonable. We can make do with that. I really actually like this dark green roof texture a lot. I don't use it very often, but I think it looks really cool. So for packs, I know for a fact we're gonna use Horse Ranch because I want to use that shutter. I'm kind of leaning towards, right now at least, just Horse Ranch and the Country Kitchen kit, but that maybe is a bad idea. We'll see. I'm also building this in Windenburg, so I guess get together might be useful, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try and use as few packs as physically possible. The Country Kitchen kit probably isn't necessary, but I like it, so I want to use it. Okay, so let's start there with the exterior shape, and then on the interior, we're gonna need to figure out some sort of floor plan, because right now there's not a lot going on. So I want the front door to be like right here. I don't think I should use Nifty Knitting. You can't do it, Kayla. It's not a good idea. Horse Ranch's doors are a little bit too wide. Cottage Living does have doors. Of course, it's not the same color because that would just be too easy. And I think a white door is boring. Oh, you know what? Miraculously, this one from the rent pack is kind of the exact right color, but I don't think I want to use the rent pack in this build. We're trying to limit the packs. That's from City Living. I've never seen that green swatch before. I guess I should have known. Oh my God, never mind. We have to use Cottage Living because look at that door. That's just perfect. That's like the exact right vibes. Okay, so we have the door there. We're gonna need to figure out a space to put the staircase. Part of me kind of wants to put it back here in this corner because what I'm thinking for the living space layout is that maybe there's a kitchen over here. Obviously, ignore these cabinets. I'm just thinking about shape. We could probably do a dining table kind of like this, and then some sort of living room kind of facing this way. It does give us some open space, but that's probably a good thing. And then up here, oh no, it's a very weird shape, isn't it? Maybe it is just 1 bedroom. There's a bedroom upstairs, a bathroom upstairs, and then like in the hallway, we put a desk or something. I don't know. It is kind of tight. I guess maybe I should get myself a little bit of extra room. That'll be good. And I'll just use some regular base game doors in there. Nothing too fancy. Keep it simple. Should I have tried to put a chimney over there? Oh, I think that kind of looks nice. It might need a chimney just to give it some more dimension. That doesn't help the money situation, but it'll be okay. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be fine. Okay, base game windows. Bad for these shutters. The Horse Ranch ones are made to fit these shutters, but I don't really want to have the black trim, so I don't really want to use those. Cottage Living's just too small. Like, that's not gonna work. Okay, so unfortunately, I think that brings us back to the base game. That's okay. If I just alt place the shutters, it should be fine. I really want something like this, but in pink. I want to have like pretty pink flowers everywhere. I'm having visions of like this sort of stuff, these vines going up the side. Again, not helping with the limited pack concept. That is not good for our situation. Maybe the wisteria might be pretty. I'll come back to that because like furniture kind of is more important. And then if we've got extra money, we can add stuff like that. And I'm using like really expensive shutters everywhere, so that's not helping. It's making everything so much pricier than it needs to be. It's just 1 bedroom though, so the interior furniture won't be too difficult. It's very simple on the inside. Oh, you know what else I need is a fence. If we're gonna do this, we need to have a fence. Yikes, that is so expensive. Maybe I'll use the Cottage Living stuff then. Oh no, I want to use the spandrel too, but that's so much money. We've already furnished most of the interior though. We've got like placeholder furniture, so maybe it's not too bad. Just keep dreaming. It might work out, okay? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Maybe on the back windows, oh, yikes. Don't even bother with this roof piece there. Just do one shutter on each side. That's fine. I think I'm gonna put a door right here. It can be a similar one to the front door. It can be the same one to the front door because that's nice and centered with the windows on this wall. I'd like to have a window or two here as well behind where the TV is gonna go, but we'll see how that works out for us. It's cheaper to have windows than wall decor, so that's something to keep in mind. I say we definitely use cottage living flooring because that's an easy, cheap one. How much is the cottage living staircase? Oh, it's the same price. Oh, that's nice. I could even steal some of this space here from the chimney. It makes the little hallway a bit bigger, which is also nice. All right, next step, I'm just gonna put some furniture in. I'm gonna try and pay for a lot of the furniture that I want to use because I can always swap this for something else. But at least this way, like it's paid for, we know that we can afford it. We probably can't put too much in here. Maybe I'll do an easel. The sim can be an artist. They've got an easel, they've got a dresser and a bed. It's kind of a nice bed too. It's like 1,000 simoleons, so I probably could make that one cheaper if I have to. I don't really want to though. I would prefer to have a nice bed, but I'm open to change if necessary. Okay, so that's the main upstairs furnishings. Downstairs, yikes, this stuff looks terrible. Okay, actually, maybe I can delete the underside of the staircase. That'll save us a lot of money. It doesn't look too bad when it's open. I prefer it with a wall. I really prefer it with a wall. I'll just keep that in mind. How about that? This isn't really the dark green color of our dreams, and that's a little bit more blue. But I'm gonna try and use this green swatch on the cottage living cabinets. Those are only 175, so they're not too much more expensive than the cheapest base game cabinets. You know what else? Horse Ranch has a dark green chair. That might be a bit much. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know which of these matches the best. There are green swatches. That one's kind of cute because I like the pink accents. I'm gonna try and fit in a lot of pink in here. So maybe we try that. And somewhat miraculously, we can actually afford a decent amount of stuff in this kitchen. I can even probably afford upper cabinets. Oh, before I forget, we should put flooring on this patio. Oh, I probably should get a staircase too. A pro tip is to delete the fence behind where you're putting the stairs and then delete that underside of the stairs because you don't need to be paying money for that. You can't even see it, so you definitely don't need to have it there. I guess the cottage living rug is probably good for this. It kind of has that pretty light pink vibe that we're going for. How much does this thing cost? 500? Ugh. I don't know if that's too much or not. I kind of want to have a green sofa, but I guess that kind of matches the color of the cabinets, so that's not too bad. I know Horse Ranch has a green sofa, but it's not really the vibes that I'm going for. Let's just say that. They have like a cute light minty one, which is pretty, and they also have this dark green one, but you see what I mean? It's not really like, I don't know. I'm actually not too mad about this lighter one. Then again, I don't know if that works. They could probably do it in like a leather color. That's not a bad thing. That's pretty cute, I think. Oh, you know what else we need? A trash can. Let me pay for that outside real quick. I won't bother with one inside. We don't need to spend money on that. It's fine. That sounds bad, but like really, there's no need to have an indoor trash can in a house this small. I kind of don't like indoor trash cans. That's a weird thing to say, but I don't know. I don't care. Oh, we can use Horse Ranch little kitchen decor. Yeah, that's good. That's also cheap. 30 simoleons. It's pretty big, fills up more space. How much is that? Oh, only 45? Maybe I'll put both of them then, because that looks pretty good. The kitchen looks like very finished, which is rare for a starter home. We can use this cute little set of flowers somewhere. And then in the living room, I keep stalling, but I want to have a TV. It can be a cheap, sad TV. Doesn't need to be nice or anything. Oh, wait, maybe that's really pretty with the pink. That could totally work. Is there a chair that would look pretty in the corner? These ones come in like pretty floral swatches. I always feel like that's too much with this rug though. It's like if we're gonna do that, it needs to be just a plain, maybe a green chair. A very plain green chair that's not too expensive and is either from Horse Ranch, Cottage Living, or the base game. Small list of requests here. I don't think that's gonna work. I'm also really not liking this. The sofa I don't think looks very good. Let's come back to the sofa. Once I figured out the decor and the wallpaper and stuff, it'll be easier. I am very tempted to use this dark green wallpaper upstairs. I think I'm kind of scared to use it everywhere down here because I think that's a bit much. At least with this rug, I think it's a bit much. We could probably make it work if we messed with some other stuff a little bit more. And it also doesn't have that like light pastel pink. It has more of like a peachy color. So it does kind of change the whole vibes if we decide to use this one, but it might be for the best. We can get a simple wallpaper in the kitchen with the tile. That one kind of has cottagey energy, I feel like. I'm not really feeling obsessed with that floral thing anymore, but maybe this one is better. I don't love the rug anymore either, which is very bad. That's not good. Maybe it should be more plain. What if I just used a plain pink swatch? Okay, in Horse Ranch, not obsessed with the rugs. I'm not feeling great about this. I find it very hard to mix and match stuff with this wallpaper. I like this wallpaper, but I just really struggle to fit things together that match it. Oh, you know what? We could probably save some money if I use this rug instead, because I can make it a little bit smaller and like scoot it closer to the wall and not have to pay for a coffee table. Although I think she might need a coffee table. Never mind. We can save some money, but not by getting rid of the coffee table. I think that looks okay. Nice big plant in the corner. I think it might be good to get some better lighting too. Paying for different lights is maybe not the smartest idea because we don't have a ton of money to work with. Oh, this would have been so cute. Oh my gosh, wait, maybe I could save some money by not having upper cabinets and just doing this thing instead. Because that does come in green and that's only 150 simoleons. Oh, this one's way better than Horse Ranch. Let's try this one instead. Oh, the colors don't match anything. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We can have a variety of different wood tones, I've decided. Oh, I'm overthinking it again. I always overthink these builds so much. It's really not that deep, but I'm always sat here like making myself so nervous about it. Okay, I think that blanket basket is a really cute idea. Of course, the colors aren't good, but I guess there's blue in the wallpaper, so we can use that. This little bookshelf thing is really cheap. It's only 10 simoleons, so we can have that too. This clock is 50 simoleons, but it's small and it's kind of cheap, so let's try that. This place is very green. I've definitely embraced the green thing. Okay, I might do at least one cute light. That one's 80 versus the 50 of the cheaper one. So that's not too bad, but I think it's nice to have a pretty light above the table. And then I'll change the color of the lighting so it all matches. Oh my gosh, Horse Ranch has a green desk. That is so pretty. Do you think that's too tight with the wall? No, I definitely don't think so. I think that they can still get up there. I'm gonna have them test it though, just to be sure. Oh yeah, they can walk up here just fine. Okay, good. Let's use that then. I really didn't mean for the place to be all green like this. It's just sort of happened that way. Maybe I get one of the bonsai trees because that's a fun skill building item. It is 210 simoleons, but as far as like skill building cost goes, that's not too bad. And we can always put a cork board upstairs too. It doesn't look the best on the wall, but if we're trying to pretend this is an office, it's nice to have. Oh, you know what else I should do? I think I need a window right here. I didn't realize the sun was shining in so bad. The thing is, I'm recording this a lot earlier in the morning than I normally do because today I'm going wedding dress shopping. You guys have no idea. I'm getting so nervous. I'm like so anxious right now. And the video that I was supposed to post today, I can't because it's like a sponsored thing and the contract's not finished yet. So anyway, I have to like last minute record this video to make sure I can still post something today. And it's early because I'm trying to make sure I'm ready. Okay, that's not really green, but it's still cute. Maybe I could try yellow. The yellow kind of looks beige. Maybe we do blue. No, this is better. Stop. Cottage Living at the very least has a really beautiful sink that we can use. And then I can match some like pretty gold accents in here to it. How much decor really is worth adding into the bathroom? Probably not a lot because it's just the bathroom. I'd rather have other items like skill building type items and stuff in the other spaces than have like a fully decorated bathroom, at least in a starter home. I think that wallpaper looks kind of cute with this. It's a little pricey, but I think it still looks good. And then we can mix and match some darker wood tones on it. Ooh, there's probably not space for a nightstand in here, which kind of makes me feel sad because I really like the idea of there being a nightstand and like lamps and stuff. Can you do a single standing lamp? Are they gonna be able to get into the bed if I put a lamp there? Oh, these packs don't even have standing lamps. Oh no. Okay, one of the base game ones, this one comes in blue, and I guess the room is very blue. Let me see if she can get in this bed. Oh yeah, she can still use that just fine. Okay, that's good. You stay there. You just wait right there, okay? We have 1,600 simoleons left, and that's really not that much money. I kind of want to use the rest of it to work on the outside. I may end up deleting some things on the inside too, but I'm gonna wait on that. Okay, annoyingly, Cottage Living does not have a matching foundation. We've got foundations from Horse Ranch, but not Cottage Living. And I'm not really obsessed with the color of this stone, but it might have to do. Yeah, I way prefer that Cottage Living one, but I think I want it to match across the foundation and the chimney. We also have a chimney and no fireplace, but that's okay. Don't worry about that either. And now we're going into debug because that's gonna be the only way. Half the reason I wanted to use cottage living is because cottage living has like the best debug landscaping. We would be lost without it. And also, here's the other slight problem. I'm having this vision in my head of using the Discover University vines up the side of the building. I know that we talked about this place not using university. I have not put university anywhere in the house, but like, look at that, you know? It's perfect and beautiful, and it feels like I need it. But let me try and do it without it, and we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna be sad about it, but we can always go back in later. We do have vines from cottage living as well. It's just that the cottage living ones aren't as like tall, I guess, is the problem. And I quite like the taller, wider ones because they like go up the full wall of the building, but we can make it work with cottage living. Is it so terribly annoying of me to use the same one in like all of the corners? We'll come back. Oh, I'm also gonna delete the foundation quick because having no foundation means that you're able to landscape a little bit closer with the debug landscaping. And I'm kind of dreaming of and like envisioning a very, very green building. I'm planning on putting plants like everywhere. Oh, I absolutely adore that little tree. That's gonna look so cute next to it. Okay, the problem with the plants that I've placed, these like low-lying plants, is that they aren't actually that low-lying. So when I try and put plants in them, I feel like I have to raise them up so high for you to actually see them. So I'm kind of picturing something like this with a lot of pretty pinky, peachy flowers everywhere. I don't expect that we're gonna be able to have much of a backyard. Like, I'm not really planning on putting anything back here for them to use. I'm mostly just picturing free flowers. The only vision I have for the outside is free flowers. And I'll try and fill in the lot with a bunch of trees too, because that'll help make it look like it's not just randomly plopped down here with nothing around it. We do have some pretty like slightly bigger bushes too that I'm thinking about trying to add in. And just keep in mind, like once it's raised back up on the foundation, it won't look so weird. We're not done yet. It's still a work in progress with this one. It's gonna look like that when it's finished. Oh, I really like how the ivy looks. Okay, we're definitely gonna go through and try and use that in a lot of corners here. The tree is clipping. Uh-oh. Okay, I fixed that part. Is it weird to have the same ivy everywhere in like all of the corners? I guess I don't really have much choice though. That's the problem. Since we're using the cottage living ones, we kind of just have the cottage living ones to work with, and that's about it. But I feel like that is decent enough and not too busy. I swear in cottage living, I swear there's like some sort of little, oh, this thing. I want to put that up there. 100 simoleon. That seems ridiculous. $100 for a little tiny thing. Okay, let me make sure I delete the underside of those stairs too, because we cannot be spending that much money. We're going to need a couple of lights outside. It can be simple, just like these little base game ones. And then I guess on the patio, I don't really know how much to put out here. I'm kind of thinking that it would be cute if we got just some planter boxes placed outside, because we can kind of place those around the corners just a little bit. We don't have much of a yard, but we do have some planter boxes on the porch so they can garden up there. Let me change the color of all the lighting too. All the lights can be a bit more of a yellow toned one. Should this be flat against the wall and not angled like that? Maybe. What are we missing? I think a rug would be cute in the bedroom, but I don't feel like it's worth spending, so I'm probably not going to. Horse Ranch has some like random storagey surface looking type items. Maybe if I got this, that is 425 simoleons, but it does have a mirror on it. I don't think you can use it like a mirror, but it has a mirror, so we can put that, so we've got some more furniture in the bedroom. Maybe I swap it and I put that over there and I get the easel in the corner. Oh, that's better. Okay, we have $466 left. Columns? Can I afford columns? They do kind of mess with how the exterior looks. These are only 35. I'm gonna have to move around the ivy if I do this. Oh, we can afford it though. I was able to put them everywhere. I really think it looks better like this. I feel like it adds something to have some trim on the outside. Okay, terrain paint. I want to put, I guess probably just this one. Maybe I'll have it wrap around in front of the plants a little bit more, just so we can try and make the front more interesting. And then I'll do some plain dirt terrain paint. I say this like every time I'm doing a budget build, but I am seriously so glad that terrain paint is free. Imagine if you had to pay for this. And like terrain tools, when you're raising and lowering the dirt and stuff, imagine if you had to pay for that. Because in a lot of other games, like in like city builders and stuff, you often have to pay for the terrain to like raise terrain up. And that costs so much money so fast when you're doing that. So I am very glad The Sims does not make us pay. Okay, there's really not a lot going on in the backyard, but that's okay. We can only do so much. Interior wise, we have a desk, we've got a computer, we have a bunch of skill building stuff just generally. I think it would be cool if we had more curtains, but you can't really afford them. So I won't bother with that too much. I can't even afford an extra chair, so I won't bother with that. We probably can't even afford a fire alarm. Yeah, no, 75. Okay. Oh my gosh. What can I afford with 46 simoleons? Plants, I guess. But even then, I'm not really sure that plants are worth it. I guess I could put one in this bedroom. At a certain point, it's like, maybe you should just stop. Like, maybe you should just let it be, you know? It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It costs almost exactly 20,000 simoleons. So it's not like really a starter home because you do have to pay for the lot, but that's okay. Maybe 2 Sims live here and it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna upload it for you in case you want to download it. I actually am really proud of this one. I like the colors a lot with the green and the white, and I think the little pink accents of flowers look kind of cute too. If I were to change anything, I'd probably like to be able to add in those florals from Get Together. I think having some of these going up the wall would be like the perfect finishing touch, but obviously we had no money and we didn't have that pack being used either. Let me just triple check that I didn't mess anything up. Okay, it is still just the 2 packs. I was worried I was gonna have like accidentally used something from a different one, but I didn't. I managed it. Okay, well hopefully you enjoyed this video. I had fun doing this one. I'm quite proud of this house. And I have to go because I literally am about to leave to go try on wedding dresses. You guys, I'm so scared of this. I'm so scared. I'm actually not looking forward to it because I'm just nervous. I'm gonna feel like self-conscious and I'm worried about like, what if I buy one and then I change my mind later? Like I've been overthinking this. As we all know, I'm a bit of an overthinker, but I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Yeah, and I'm warning you, that build for tomorrow, oh, it has all of the packs. Not intentionally, but somehow that's what happened.